Nobody taught the first human to swim. There was no instructor, no pool, no floaties, just a person and water, and a decision that probably felt like the worst idea of their life. But here's the thing that nobody actually stops to think about. Swimming isn't natural for humans, like at all. We don't have fins, we don't have webbed feet. Our bodies are dense, heavy, and built for land. If you throw most untrained adults into deep water, they panic within seconds. So how did we go from that to this? How did the first human figure out that they could move through water instead of just sinking in it? And more importantly, who was that person? What were they doing? And did they survive? Humans are actually terrible swimmers by default. Compare us to dogs. Most dogs can swim instinctively the first time they hit water. It's called the doggy paddle for a reason. They just know. Almost every large land animal has some swimming instinct built in. But humans sink, and not gracefully. If you've ever watched someone who genuinely cannot swim fall into water, it looks nothing like swimming. It looks like a person fighting the entire ocean with their elbows. We know anatomically modern humans, people basically identical to us, have existed for roughly 300,000 years. For the vast majority of that time, water wasn't something you swam in. It was something you drank from, fished from the edge of, crossed if you had a log or a raft. But swimming, voluntarily submerging your body and propelling yourself forward, that's a learned skill, a cultural invention almost. There's a place called the Cave of Swimmers. It's in southwestern Egypt, in the middle of one of the harshest environments on Earth. And on the walls of this cave, there are paintings around 10,000 years old that show human figures in what looks unmistakably like a swimming position. Arms forward, legs behind, bodies horizontal in the water. 10,000 years ago, the Sahara wasn't a desert. It was wet. Lakes, rivers, grassland. And whoever lived there painted themselves swimming, not drowning, not crossing, swimming, which means the first swim happened way before that. Human babies, when placed in water in the first few months of life, instinctively hold their breath and make swimming-like movement. It's called the swimming reflex. It fades around 4 to 6 months old. After that, gone. You have to learn it. That first deliberate human swimmer probably didn't look anything like an Olympic athlete. They probably looked like a terrified person flailing near a riverbank, accidentally discovering that if you move your arms like this, you stay up. The first person to swim across something significant, a river, a lake, a channel, would have had an advantage no one else had. Escape routes others couldn't follow. Food sources others couldn't reach. Land others couldn't access. In early human survival terms, being able to swim wasn't just cool, it was powerful. We talk a lot about fire, about tools, about language. Nobody talks about whoever looked at a river and went first. So who was the first human to swim? Honestly, we'll never know. There's no fossil record of a swimming lesson, no cave painting with a caption, no ancient diary entry that says, "Today I figured out that arms help." It was probably accidental at first. A fall, a flood, a desperate crossing. Then it became intentional. Practiced, taught. The first human to swim probably didn't know what they were starting. They just moved their arms and didn't sink, and that was enough.